Welcome to the DragonConTV studio. My name is Will Burkhalter. This is DragonCon Update, where we're going to update you on all the fantastic information of things happening at DragonCon this year. And of course, I have an amazing guest today. This is Vandy Beth Glenn, a co-host of Blindspot. She's going to tell us about the game show and how we can participate. Welcome, Vandy Beth. It's great to have you.
It's great to be here, Will.
So tell me, what is Blindspot?
Blindspot is a show for skeptics, and
are you sure about that?
If I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of this.
Of course.
Yeah, the idea behind our show is we're all skeptics. Our audience is all going to be skeptics. Our guests are all from the skeptic community. But it occurred to us that although we're skeptics and we don't believe in anything, everybody's got some little blind spot where maybe there's a hole in their perfectly rational demeanor. And so, like, you know, maybe you're a skeptic, but you still believe in the Loch Ness Monster. Or maybe you're a skeptic, but I really did sense a ghost in my house last week. That sort of thing. Okay,
that's great. And you co-host that with Ian Harris?
That's right.
So how long have you been hosting Blindspot together?
We've been hosting Blindspot. This will be our third year.
Wow.
Previous to that, there was a property, there was a regular show in the Skeptrack called Wait, Don't Fool Me.
Okay.
Which was based on the NPR quiz show. Yes. And there was nobody hosting it, and Derek wanted it to continue, so he asked Ian and me to take it over. And so we did Wait, Don't Fool Me for a couple of years, and then we decided, you know, we don't want to just do a rip-off of an existing...
You wanted to do something new and fresh.
We wanted to do something that we made up our own.
Well, and I think Blindspot is a really great thing to think about in the skeptics community, you know, especially here at DragonCon. What type of things do you cover? Does the audience participate? Like, how does this game show work?
Yes, well, it starts out being sort of like a talk show, like an evening talk show. We usually have 3 guests who are from the regular group of guests for the Skeptrack that year anyway, and we bring them up on the stage with us one by one. We talk to them about how their con is going, any fun cosplays they've seen, that sort of thing. We just spend some time getting to know them, and then one by one all 3 guests join us. And then we have an audience participation segment where we have a mic out in the audience, and audience members will come up and they'll talk to us about the guests or with the guests, and they'll tell us about blind spots of their own.
Okay. Is there any particular fun blind spot that you can think of off the top of your head that kind of caught you by surprise or off guard?
Everybody's got a ghost story.
Okay.
Which surprised me. But yes, everybody has a ghost story, and all of us are just a little bit superstitious.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what are some of the topics we can look forward to in that game show that you would cover? Because the Skeptics track covers a lot. It's philosophy, it's drama, it's comedy. You're talking science. Like,
yes.
What are you covering in that?
Well, we talk about cryptids.
Okay.
You know, cryptozoology, Loch Ness Monster, Yeti, that sort of thing. And we talk about alleged psychic powers. But as you say, skepticism is a pretty big tent. I've seen discussions before about audiophiles. And about wine tasting, and about how people can't really hear well enough to tell you honestly whether that speaker is any better than another speaker, that sort of thing.
Interesting. And whether one wine is actually better than another.
Sure.
You swirl it around the glass. I get you. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And where do you foresee Blindspot going anywhere else? Do you see it growing even bigger than it is?
Well, I would like to see that. I would like for us to, obviously, to be the best attended program in the Skeptrack each year.
Okay.
And I think it could be, because Ian and I we're both comedians, for one, and we've been doing this for a while. We're good friends. We developed a nice rapport with each other, and I think any con goer would have a really good time.
Now, how many have you had over the last few years since you started this?
I would say we've still got room to grow. We get several dozen people each year. It was kind of light last year because we were not in the Skeptrack track room.
Oh, okay.
They put us in the Crystal Ballroom, which is kind of across the hotel and around the corners. It's not exactly the most accessible of the spaces at the con. But this year we are in the track room, which is right at the end of the bridge over from the Marriott. If you're doing nothing at 10, or if you're doing something that's not as good at 10, then you should
drop anything you're doing, and unless you're donating to NAMI, DragonCon's charity, drop everything you're doing, and of course, go check out Blindspot.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Vandy Beth, for joining us, and thank you for all this great info. I can't wait to hear more, and potentially maybe myself. I'll stop by Blindspot on my way to something else that may not be quite as good after.
We'd love to see you.
Thank you so much, and thank you all. That's our show. We will see you again soon.